स्टुडंट्स 2 मिनिटात लगेच लेक्चर चालू करतोय आपण. Okay, so good afternoon, students. Today we have to see one numerical which based on screw jack. Yesterday we discussed one numerical, and today we have to see the remaining part of our yesterday's numerical. So I repeat, yesterday's numerical. A screw jack carries a load of 25 kilonewton. That means 25 kilonewton load is we have to lift. Then if the coefficient of friction between screw and nut is 0.15, that means mu, they gives us value of mu, coefficient of friction, and it is 0.15. Design screw and nut, take sigma c, that means crushing stress is equals to 42 Newton per m square. Then tau for screw, it is 30 Newton per m square shear stress. Then tau for nut is equals to 20 Newton per mm square. And bearing pressure PB is equals to 14 Newton per mm square. So let's see first the given data. Is my screen is visible? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's see first given data, what they gives us, and instead of with using of given data, we have to solve our numerical. Given data. So they gives us first load, that means 25 kilonewton. So convert it into Newton just by multiplying with 10 raised to 3. Then second, they gives us value of coefficient of friction, that means mu, and is 0.15. After that, they use us sigma c, that means pressure stress, and it is nothing but 42 Newton per m square. After that, shear stress for screw, it is 30 Newton per m square, and shear stress for nut is equals to 20 Newton per mm square. And then bearing pressure PB is equals to 14 Newton per mm square. So these all are the given data, and with the help of that, we have to design our screw jack. So as we know, the first step of the design process of screw jack, that is design of power screw or screw spindle. So design of screw spindle. Let's see. This is our screw spindle, and then here this much distance, that is the BC, called as core diameter, and we have to find this core diameter first. So yesterday we find that the core diameter. So again we find it, and then move towards the our next step. So at first we have to consider a compressive stress. Compressive stress means what? So load which act from top side, which compress the screw spindle. Hence we have to consider compressive stress. And the formula for compressive stress is sigma c is equals to load upon area. So load, that means the vertical downward load which act from top side on the screw spindle, and A is nothing but the resisting area. So if we see the screw spindle, it has external threads. So this is our screw spindle, and if the load is applied on it, then there is chances of failure of screw at the minimum diameter area. Minimum diameter means what? So this is the diameter called as DC, core diameter, and this one diameter is known as DO, that is the outer diameter. So as the load apply on that screw spindle, so it get breaks when there is the area is minimum. That means at minimum area section, our failure of power screw will be. So that's why we have to consider this much amount of area. And if the screw spindle gets failed, let's see the cross sectional area. It looks like that. This much distance is called as core diameter of screw. Hence, we can find write it area is equals to pi by 4 DC square, because this screw spindle is in circular cross section. So that's why we write formula like that. Area is equals to pi by 4 DC square. So put the value of area in this equation. So we'll get okay. So sigma c is nothing but 42 Newton per meter square. Then W, it is 25 into 10 raised to 3 Newton upon pi by 4 DC square area. So put this area pi by 4 DC square. So here we get value of DC. Now yesterday we calculate the value of DC, that means core diameter, and it is nothing but 27.52. So we say that it is 28 mm. Now here in screw jack, there is tensile load also. That means when the load applied on that screw jack, we rotate Tommy bar or spindle also. That's why we have to consider maximum diameter. So next we can consider 30 mm. And from the standard table of diameter, we have to find the value of pitch. So there is one standard table. Yesterday we also saw how to find the value of pitch from the standard table. So for core diameter 30, the value of pitch is 6 mm. Now we have to find the remaining diameters like DO. DO is nothing but the outer diameter. So the formula for DO is nothing but DC plus pitch. DC plus pitch. DC is nothing but core diameter. So our core diameter is 30 mm plus pitch. The value of pitch is 6 mm. It is nothing but 36 mm. Now if the value of DO, DC and pitch get find, now we have to find the value of mean diameter, and formula for calculating mean diameter is nothing but DO minus P by 2. So this is the formula for calculating mean diameter. So DO is 36 minus pitch is 6 divided by 2 is equal to 33 mm. So this is the value of our mean diameter. So hence we find all the diameters. Yesterday we also find that DC equals to 30 mm, core diameter, DO is nothing but 36 mm, mean diameter D equals to 33 mm, and pitch, value of pitch is equal to 6 mm. So this is our step number 1. We have to find the core diameter with the help of relation stress equals to load upon area, and area is nothing but pi by 4 DC square. So hence we get the value of DC. Then from standard table we find the value of P, that is the pitch of screw, and then value of DO by DC plus P, and then value of D, that means mean diameter, formula DO minus P by 2. It is 33. So this is step number 1, and we have to find all the dimensions, all the diameters DC, DO, D. And suppose if the standard table is not available with us in numerical, if the standard table is not given, then let's see how to find the value of DO and D and P. So let's see how to find other diameters when the standard table is not with us. At first we have to find the core diameter. So our core diameter is 30 mm. So with the help of equation load upon area, we find the value of core diameter. Then there is one formula for calculating DO is equals to DC upon 0.84. So if we divide core diameter with 0.84, we get the value of outer diameter. It is nothing but DO. Then DC is 30 divided by 0.84. So we get the value of DO. If we get the value of DC and DO, so we have one equation, that is DO is equals to DC plus P. So we have value DO, we have value of DC, then we can find the value of P. That means outer diameter minus core diameter, then we get the value of P. And then the value of D we have to find. So this is the step, or this is the equation we have to use when we don't have the standard table. So in this way we can calculate the value of DC, value of DO, value of pitch, and value of mean diameter. So this is step number 1. Now we have to calculate the angles. That means helix angle and friction angle. So alpha and phi. These are the value we have to find. Alpha is nothing but helix angle, and phi is nothing but the friction angle. So let's see. This is alpha. This is P, and this is phi into D. So this is, I am constructing one profile of our screw. That is the alpha, that means the helix angle. P is nothing but pitch, and as we know, pitch means what? The distance between two consecutive threads, and pi d is nothing but the circumference. So let's see, tan alpha. If you take tan alpha, so tan alpha is nothing but opposite upon adjacent. So P upon pi. And if you want to take value of alpha, so it becomes tan inverse P upon pi. So with this equation we get the value of alpha, and alpha is nothing but the helix angle. So we have value of pitch, that means P is equals to 6, and D, that means the mean diameter. So put the value of P as 6 mm and mean value D as 30 mm. We get the value of alpha. Here mean diameter, the value of mean diameter is 33. Now tell me the value of alpha. Alpha is nothing but helix angle. Calculate it and tell me answer. सॉल्व करतायत ना प्रत्येक जण? अल्फाची व्हॅल्यू सांगायची. अल्फा हॅलो, आवाज येतोय सगळ्यांना? आवाज येतोय का?
हो सर.
ओके, काय करायचं कळलं सगळ्यांना? अल्फाची व्हॅल्यू फाइंड आउट करायची. अल्फा विथ दिस इक्वेशन, अल्फा इज इक्वल्स टू tan इनवर्स P upon pi d. P upon pi d. P is nothing but pitch and D is nothing but the mean diameter. So value of pitch is 6 mm and value of D is 33 mm. So put the value of P at 6 mm and D as 33 mm and find the value of alpha. So it is nothing but 3.31 degree. So this is alpha. Then we have to find phi also. So let's see how to find phi. We have an equation that is coefficient of friction equals to tan phi. U equals to tan phi. So that's why value of phi will be tan inverse of mu. Tan inverse of, we have value of mu that is 0.15 from given data. So put the value of mu as 0.15 and calculate value of phi. कॅल्क्युलेशन्स करतायत ना सगळे. कॅल्क्युलेशन्स केले तरच तुम्हाला समजेल न्यूमेरिकल कसं सॉल्व्ह करायचं ते. So the value of phi is nothing but 8.53 degree. So these are the two angles. That means alpha is nothing but helix angle and phi is nothing but friction angle. So these equations, this value we require for calculating torque. Torque required to raise the load. Raise the load म्हणजे काय, तर जितकं आपल्याला टॉर्क लागणार आहे किंवा पॉवर लागणार आहे आपल्या स्क्रू जॅकला लिफ्ट करायचं वरती, बरोबर, अगेन्स्ट द लोड. लोडच्या अगेन्स्ट तुम्हाला स्क्रू जॅकला लिफ्ट करायचं आहे. सो दॅट इज कॉल्ड टॉर्क रिक्वायर्ड टू रेज लोड. T1 is equals to W tan alpha plus 5 into d by 2. So this is the equation which is torque equation to raise the load. T1, that means the torque required to raise load. W is nothing but load. Alpha is nothing but helix angle. Phi is nothing but friction angle. And D is nothing but mean diameter. Just a second. So put the value of alpha, phi and D and W in this equation. We get the value of T. That is torque required to raise the load. Value of W is equals to 25 10 raised to 3. Value of alpha is 3.51 plus value of phi is 8.53 and into D by 2. So the value of D is 33 mm. We get value of T1, that is the torque required to raise the load. आपल्याला लोड रेज करायचा म्हणजे वरती लिफ्ट करायचं, बरोबर. 25 into 10 raised to 3, that is the W. Alpha is nothing but 3.31, phi 8.56 and D by 2, that is 33 by 2. So it is 864 46.53 Newton millimeter. So that is the torque which is required to raise the load. Now we have to check the sigma c and tau, value of tau. Formula is W upon area, that is pi by 4 dc square. So we have to check that whether our value of dc, that means core diameter, which we calculate, it is 30 mm, it is correct or not. That means if we take core diameter as 30 mm, then our design is safe or not. We have to check under the compressive stress. So value of compressive stress is equals to load upon area. Then put the value of W, 25 into 10 raised to 3 divided by area pi by 4 into DC. Now put the value of DC as 30 mm. So we calculate DC in our step number 1. So we have to put here value of DC 30 pi by 4 DC square. And then we have to check the induced compressive stress as by considering DC equals to 30 mm. So if we calculate it, the value of sigma c will be 35.36 Newton per mm. So that is the induced compressive stress, and the allowable compressive stress they gives us is equals to 42 Newton per mm square. So induced compressive stress is less than the allowable compressive stress. So that's why our design is safe. So this is sigma c, that means the compressive stress. Now we have to calculate, or we have to check under the torsion also. So we have torsional equation, that is the 16T1 upon dc cube. So that is the torsional equation. Put the value of T1 here. The value of T1 is 86476.3 divided by into DC. So we keep DC as 30 mm, and then we have to calculate the value of tau. So it is 16.311 Newton per mm square. Now this is the induced shear stress in our screw spindle. Now we have to check whether the induced stress is less than our allowable stress or not. So allowable stress for screw is nothing but 30 Newton per mm square, and it is less than. That's why our design is safe under the shear stress. Now we have to check by considering combined stresses. So compressive stress as well as shear stress, that is called combined stresses. So we can calculate it by taking maximum shear stress theory, that means tau max. The formula for tau max is equals to 1 by 2 half sigma c square plus 4 tau square. This is the formula for calculating maximum shear stress. Now put the value of sigma c as 35.36 and tau as 16.311, is equals to half under root 35.36 square plus 4 into tau square. So if we calculate maximum शिअर स्ट्रेस. दॅट मीन्स आपल्याला फक्त नॉर्मल शिअर स्ट्रेस कन्सिडर करून चालणार नाही, आपल्याला मॅक्सिमम शिअर स्ट्रेस कॅल्क्युलेट करावा लागेल. दॅट इज दी कॉम्प्रेसिव्ह प्लस शिअर स्ट्रेस. Addition of that by considering maximum shear stress theory, and it becomes, if we calculate 24.055 Newton per mm. So this is maximum shear stress, and it is less than the stress they give us. That's why our design process is safe. That means it is less than the 30. 30 is the allowable shear stress. That's why our design process is safe. Now second, step number 2. That is the step number 1. Now step number 2, design of nut. So this is the profile of nut having this much distance is T1, that is the thickness of our nut. This much distance is called as D1, outer diameter of nut. D2 is nothing but outer diameter of nut collar, and H is nothing but total height of our nut. So we have to find all these 4 dimensions. T1, thickness of nut collar. D1, the diameter of nut. D2, outer diameter of nut collar, and H is nothing but height of nut. So these all are the dimensions we have to find first. For designing of nut, step number 1, that means considering bearing pressure. So bearing pressure formula, that is load upon area. Now here the area which comes under bearing pressure. So let's see. This one's outer area is nothing but DO, that is the outer diameter of screw spindle, and DC is nothing but the core diameter of screw spindle. So area will be pi by 4 DO square minus DC square. So put the value of A here. So first we simplify formula. W is equals to PV into A. So we have value of W, it is 25 into 10 raised to 3, and then the total number of threads which get engaged with screw. From here we have to calculate. So for that we have to multiply by n. N is nothing but number of threads which get engaged with screw and nut. ज्यावेळेस स्क्रू आणि नट दोन्ही एकमेकांच्या कॉन्टॅक्ट मध्ये असतात, यापैकी किती थ्रेड्स त्या स्क्रू आणि नटच्या कॉन्टॅक्ट मध्ये आहे, दॅट इज कॉल्ड स्मॉल n. सो पीबी बेअरिंग प्रेशर त्यांनी आपल्याला दिले 14, एरिया पाय बाय 4 डीओ स्क्वेअर मायनस डीसी स्क्वेअर इनटू n. व्हॅल्यू ऑफ डीओ ची व्हॅल्यू किती आहे आपण कॅल्क्युलेट केली बघा. आउटर डायमीटर is 36 mm and core diameter it is 30 mm. So if we solve it, then we get the value of n, and the value of n is nothing but 5.74. We say 6. That means six number of threads which get comes in contact with screw and nut. हा जो काय आपला स्पिंडल आहे त्या स्पिंडल आणि नट या दोघांमध्ये 6 थ्रेड्स जे आहेत ते एकमेकांच्या कॉन्टॅक्ट मध्ये आहेत. सो दॅट इज द व्हॅल्यू ऑफ n. सो if the value of n we get, then we can find the value of h also. But h चा फॉर्म्युला काय? h is equals to 3 into n into p. n into p. So we have the value of p, that means pitch is equals to 6 mm. So that's why the value of h is nothing but 36 mm. 6 is the 36. So value of h is equals to 36 mm. So we find the value of h here. With this we can find the value of h, 36 mm. Now second step. Considering tensile failure of nut. Considering tensile failure of nut. आता टेन्साइल फेल्युअर काय असतं? ज्यावेळेस स्क्रू आणि नट एकमेकांच्या कॉन्टॅक्ट मध्ये असतात, वरतून लोड अप्लाय होतोय बरोबर, त्यावेळेस काय होतं? नटचे जे काही थ्रेड्स असतात ते स्ट्रेच होतात. दॅट इज कॉल्ड टेन्साइल, अँड वी हॅव टू फाइंड द टेन्साइल फेल्युअर ऑफ आवर नट. So here we have to consider area of this also and outer diameter, that means this much. आता नटचा कॉन्टॅक्ट होतोय बरोबर, त्यामुळे आपल्याला नटचा जो एक आउटर डायमीटर आहे DO तो बघावा लागेल आणि D1 that means the diameter of nut तो कन्सिडर करावा लागेल बरोबर. सो फॉर्म्युला फॉर कॅल्क्युलेटिंग that, so tensile stress, so that it is nothing but sigma t is equals to load upon area. आता इथे एरिया आपल्याला कोणता बघायचा आहे? So DO and D1. That's why W is equals to sigma t, tensile stress is equals to into area, pi by 4 d1 square minus d0 square. d का तर नटचा डायमीटर आणि do का तर ज्यावेळेस स्ट्रेस अप्लाय होतोय बरोबर, तर तो स्ट्रेस हा नटच्या थ्रेड वरती अप्लाय होणार. दॅट्स व्हाय वी हॅव टू कन्सिडर do, that is the major diameter of nut. Value of W 25 to 10 raised to 3 means sigma t. Sigma c and sigma t are equal, that means 42. Pi by 4 d1 की value माहिती नहीं, इसी कैलकुलेट करें, and d1 do is nothing but 36 square. So if we solve this equation, we take the value of d1 and it is nothing but 45.31. We say 46 mm. That means we find this value d1 is equals to 46 mm. This is 36. This is 46. Then step number third. Sub case number third. considering shear failure of nut collar. इसी का नट कॉलर आहे तर या नट कॉलरचा आपल्याला काय म्हणते शेअरिंग फेल्युअर म्हणजे काय ज्यावेळेस वरतून लोड ऍक्टिव्ह होते लोड ऍक्टिव्ह झाल्यानंतर काय होते तर ही कॉलर ऍज इट इज राहते बाकी हा जो काही सपोर्ट हा डायरेक्टली रिमूव्ह होतो दॅट इज कॉल्ड शेअरिंग ऑफ नट दॅट्स व्हाय वी गेट शेअरिंग ऍट दिस आपल्याला ती व्हॅल्यू आपल्याला consider तो एरिया consider करायचा sharing failure of nut so tau nut is equals to load upon area stress चा फॉर्म्युला load upon area आणि ते आपण shear stress for nut consider करतोय that's why we write here tau nut again if we simplify formula tau nut is multiply by area आता area हा area consider करायचा बरोबर म्हणजे काय तर so this is circular section that's why we have to consider circumference so pi into d1 and multiply by thickness pi d1 is nothing but the diameter of our nut so pi circumference आपल्याला बघायचं so that's why pi into d1 and t1 is nothing but the thickness of nut collar so tau nut into pi d1 into t1 so we have value of w 25 into 10 raised to 3 so we have tau nut is equals to 20 आपल्याला सेपरेट दिलेलं आहे बघा tau nut it is 20 then d1 आताच आपण d1 ची व्हॅल्यू फाइंड आउट केली it is 46 and then we don't know the value of t1 so with this we can calculate that is the thickness of nut collar and it is 8.64 mm thickness of nut collar it is 8.64 mm and last step of our numerical that means for finding the value of this diameter d2 आपण टेन्साइल फेल्युअर बघितलं शियर फेल्युअर बघितलं आता आपल्याला बघायचं क्रशिंग फेल्युअर considering crushing failure of nut collar ज्यावेळेस लोड ऍक्टिव्ह असतो त्यावेळेस आपल्याला हा जो काही एरिया आहे so this much amount of area where we will get that is the resisting area it is d2 outer diameter this one is the inner diameter d1 so the area will be pi by 4 d2 square minus d1 square that d2 minus this d1 that is bearing crushing failure now crushing stress is equals to load upon area so that's why if we simplify sigma c into a we have the value of load 25 then sigma c it is 42 newton per square then pi by 4 d2 square we don't know the value of d2 and d1 after we find out this 46 so if we simplify this we get the value of d2 and it is nothing but 53.60 this is 54 W sigma c into a that means crushing stress of into area so area is pi by 4 d2 square minus d1 square that means this much amount of area that is the resisting area. So W sigma C into area. W ची व्हॅल्यू माहिती आहे 25 to 10 raised to 3 into sigma C. Sigma C crushing stress दिलेला आपल्याला 42 न्यूटन पर एम स्क्वेअर. So pi by 4 d2 square minus d1 square. d1 ची व्हॅल्यू आपण फाइंड आउट केली is 46. So put the value of d1 as 46, sigma C as 42, W as 25 into 10 raised to 3. We get value of d2 and it is nothing but 53.60, we say 54 mm. So this is complete solution of our numerical first, which based on design of power screw. याच्यात काय अडचण कोणाला आता कोणता पॉइंट समजला नाही असा आहे? हॅलो, सगळे पॉइंट समजलेत का? हॅलो, सगळे पॉइंट समजलेत? So take one numerical for homework and then from tomorrow's lecture we'll move towards our new topic, that is the fasteners. So write down next numerical which based on power screw. A power screw is used to lift load of 15 kilonewton. That means they gives us value of load. It is 15 kilonewton. Allowable stresses for screw material in compression and shear are 85 megapascal and 37 megapascal respectively. Compression sigma C is 85 and shear stress is 37 megapascal. Now bearing pressure is 5 megapascal म्हणजे PB त्यांनी 5 Newton per mm square. Now mu, value of coefficient of friction, it is 0.12. So these are the given data, and with this we have to solve numerical. That means we have to design our screw jack. So first step is design of screw spindle and second step is design of nut. मग त्या सेकंड स्टेप मध्ये आपल्याला 4 केसेस बघायचे. कन्सिडरिंग क्रशिंग फेल्युअर ऑफ नट कॉलर, कन्सिडरिंग शियर फेल्युअर ऑफ नट कॉलर, कन्सिडरिंग बेरिंग प्रेशर ऑफ नट आणि कन्सिडरिंग टेन्साइल फेल्युअर ऑफ नट. असे 4 केसेस बघायचे आणि केस स्टेप मध्ये सॉल्व्ह करायचे. ठीक आहे. सो दिस इज ऑल अबाउट आवर न्यूमेरिकल विच बेस्ड ऑन आवर पॉवर स्क्रू. काय अडचण आहे कोणाला याच्यात? अडचण नसेल तर आपण स्टॉप करू. सो थँक्यू फॉर जॉईनिंग विथ अस. स्टे ॲट होम, स्टे सेफ. थँक्यू.